Today we have a video chat that I hope all of you will enjoy. This is a chat that deals with our new partnership with Margules Audio on the LSA T3 turntable. Enjoy. This morning we're joined by a fabulous fellow. I'd like to introduce all of you to Carlos Smith from Margules. Good morning, Carlos. How are you today?
Good morning, at your service. Pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you so much. As a lot of you know, through Underwood and Wally's brand, LSA, we have gone into partnership with the fantastic people from Margules. These folks have a deep and very long history. Oh, there's some beautiful gear right there. Carlos, could you tell us, 30 seconds worth, a little bit of the history of the company?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Julian Margules is our chief engineer and president. He is the inventor, the innovator. He has been creating high-end, high-performance audio equipment for 34 years now.
Wow.
However, even though he did study engineering, in fact, postgraduate as well, he is actually third generation from a family that started in the 1920s in the old broadcasting industry with those huge tubes, rooms full of them, the crank phonographs. Back then everything was radio transmission and that was it. So a lot of industrial electronics for that as well.
Sure.
And now even there is a fourth generation of Margules, his son and daughter, who have studied engineering as well, mechanical, electrical, and industrial design, rather, are now in the company. So it's a happy family concern. And I've been a friend of, happy to be a friend of theirs for many years, and of course a consumer, and now I'm a partner with Julian and all the export work that's being done.
Great.
We know in Georgia, for the U.S. and Canada. And
okay, that's good to know. You're in Georgia.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Near Atlanta.
Good. Well, we pray everyone is safe and well. These are extraordinary times for all of us, of course.
Yes, and of course, thank you for that, and of course, same for everybody across the world.
Yeah, indeed. Tell us a little bit for a moment or two about the design language or the design goals within the company. I know so many of the products are so beautiful. You make amplifiers, preamps, integrateds, turntables, speakers. Tell us for a moment or two about the design language.
The goal is to achieve, of course, as natural, as realistic as possible of the actual sound of music. That's the trick, because then your hearing, which is the same whether it's a natural sound or an electronically reproduced sound, will identify it as what is called an engaging sound, and that's a term that's used in the industry. And that engaging sound means that it has various characteristics that make it sound real. What does that mean? It means that you have a combination of characteristics to do with the fundamental notes, with the harmonics, etc., that give you that sense of realism, that sense of proportion and immediacy, and everything that in nature occurs naturally,
right,
and that only, I dare say, a few equipment manufacturers really focus on. There are many excellent pieces of equipment out there that have their various strengths. In our case, the design philosophy is that it has to sound like real music. It's an ongoing challenge.
Of course.
But we're on the right track thanks to this design of various proprietary technology applications.
One of the things that we always notice, Walter and I both, whenever you read a show report about the company, it's always glowing. And it does talk about natural reproduction. So I understand the goal and the tenets. This is a good thing for our viewership to hear about. Can you tell us a little bit about your TT10, which we are doing with our own things as T3, the new turntable? Tell us a few things about it.
Yes, thank you. Well, Margules is extremely happy, pleased, honored, and excited about the collaboration with Underwood Hifi through you, Mark, and with Walter Lederman, of course, and his leadership on the commercial side, which is what it takes to be able to put the product in the hands of the end user. There are, of course, a lot of logistical and commercial considerations.
Sure.
And whereas Margules' great forte is engineering and product design and manufacturing, which is all done in-house, by the way. The strengths that Underwood Hifi allows us is to really be able to reach out to a much broader audience. And the package that you have put together with the T3, the LSA T3 turntable, which was especially made, of course, for your company per your authorized specifications based on our TT10 from Magenta, which is a Margules line, by the way.
Yes.
It has a machined aluminum platter. It weighs 11 pounds. It's balanced, by the way, which is one of the new, let's say, updates. It's fully balanced. The tone arm is a unipivot tone arm.
Love it.
It is fully adjustable in so many ways, but we are happy to provide support should any customers not be familiarized or experienced, completely comfortable with setting. We're happy to do that. I've done it many times, even over the phone or video conferencing. And
right.
It works great. Takes a little bit of care and patience, but
sure.
It's not really that complicated. And of course, with today's technology and required social distancing, it's the way to go.
Yeah. It's a great product. It really is a wonderful product.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it comes with various important characteristics. The inverted conical feet that are height adjustable for leveling. That's, of course, extremely important. I always recommend use 2-3 different levels, unless you have some really high quality levels. It's better to have 2-3 different ones at different positions.
Sure.
If it's worth a little bit of moving there. It has an isolated motor that is an asynchronous motor that's a very fine quality motor, used only by the very, very top turntables in the industry. And it is isolated from the rest of the turntable. It transfers energy away from the turntable, and it is part of what is the, let's say, the magic of the results.
Yep.
What else would we like to say? It comes with a really interesting package that also, in agreement with Underwood Hifi, we put together in order to provide the music lover with the tools to set it up nicely, easily, appropriately from the beginning. That means that it has a custom protractor so that it already has the exact setting for the overhang. Even though I understand that as part of the extra mile in the service that Underwood Hifi wants to deliver, the cartridge will be already mounted.
Yeah, in most cases, I think that's true. In most cases, I think that's true. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I think that in some cases, should a customer want a different cartridge, then that would require setting. But again, the custom protractor, and because I don't have a turntable on hand, I've sent them all out between sales and reviews. I won't demonstrate it now, but in another video, if we could, the custom protractor, again, has the exact setting for the correct overhang, and it also includes the markers and the guidance for VTA setting, for your azimuth setting, and all that already on hand, because, there are various accessories out there, and some of them quite economical, and they are useful, but this one is already made to the exact specifications that you need for this turntable, the LSA T3 in your case. It includes a turntable resonance control. It is a really effective item that's worth several $100s, and that really makes a good difference. But Walter said, let's go ahead and include that. Let's give our customer the best package we can.
Right.
You have other accessories, spare belts. We believe that, stuff happens, right? And it's a belt, it's rubber.
Sure.
It's not your most sophisticated piece of equipment. Let's go ahead and include accessories. We want the experience to be fantastic, to be fully equipped. It includes your cork and rubber compound mat. It's all a great starting point. You always have somebody that says, well, I read that this and that. I've tried mats that are a lot more expensive. Some are better, some are not.
Right, right.
Like with tubes, some are better, some are not.
System dependent also. very much a system dependent sort of thing. We know
Yes.
it's a terrific package, and I saw recently a picture of the beautiful dust cover. That looked really good.
Well, that was a new design also just made, and that was a result of the again the requirement that you and Walter mentioned to put a package together that really took care of the needs of the customer to make it not only cost competitive, but really a complete setup.
Right.
You are also teaming with an outstanding cartridge from Soundsmith, I understand, which I use and recommend, and Margules distributes in Mexico.
Wonderful.
So it is, I dare say, one of the extreme best sets of vinyl playback offers on the market, and it's in production as we speak.
Right.
The production world has had its challenges right now, as you have, because you're a manufacturer.
Sure. Supply chain
But,
is crazy right
we're
now.
working to deliver this month as agreed.
Right.
It'll be available for your customers very soon.
Wonderful. So, given that we are at the turntable part, what do you think about our product partnership, and what things could we expect from Margules in the future? Nobody has a crystal ball. It's not necessarily we are or aren't or anything like that. But what kind of things do you see, Carlos?
Right. Well, what we have discussed, and as you said, very important for our consumers to know that you have to understand that as companies, we have to look at all the pros and cons and the logistics and timing and so on. But what Margules has as established products, in fact, the amplifier, which is 1.5 from the black line, but it is really, I think, like the 15th edition of this amplifier, which first came out 34 years ago.
Wow.
It is, let's say, one of our premium products that has been very well accepted in the industry for so many years. All of this, the amplifier, the U280, and the preamplifier, the SF220, are being current right now as we speak. In fact, the equipment's already been shipped out for evaluation by Underwood Hifi to see how to match it, where to fit it within its offerings, always thinking of the end user. First things first, what's best for them, what can be done package-wise, price-wise, etc. So what can I say? These are full Class A, zero negative feedback tube amplifier and preamplifier equipment. They use for the amplifier, and right now, just for time, I won't remove. These are the cages that I normally leave off, but that sometimes it's good to have to cover the tubes because prying children, and I think the children aren't as bad as those friends that maybe have had a couple of drinks and, is that hot? One of the things about the servo bias design is that it's very efficient in its usage of the power flowing through. It's signal dependent, and that means that you're going to have a lot longer life and better performance from your tubes. Do they get hot? Of course, but it's obviously not connected right now, but you can put your finger on it. It won't blister you. It won't stick to your hand or melt it as some amplifiers. But obviously it's hot. Why would you want to leave your finger on it?
That's part of the allure of vacuum tubes. It's part of the beauty. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. And this unit is very interesting in as much as that it offers a lot of variable settings. On the fly, you can switch between ultralinear and triode settings.
Wonderful.
So that would be 25 watts per channel, which, by the way, drive these with no problem at all.
I'm sure.
Okay. Or an ultralinear setting, which is 50 watts per channel. And it's a matter of your recording characteristics, the source. It's a matter of your room. It's a matter of your hearing.
Right.
That's why you have the options. Your impedance settings are right here. You have one switch of the knob. You can go from stereo to mono and then have two as monoblocks.
Love it.
So it's very flexible. You even have gain controls here. And that means, of course, that you have one input. So you could even use it if you wanted to as one amplifier with one source and no need for preamp. And that is it right there.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice, Carlos. Yeah, we're excited about looking at all of that. I know Charles is in the evaluation process We thank you for making that happen. And I just
Of course.
want to say, on behalf of Walter, how excited, how honored we feel to be a part of your family now and for you to be a part of ours. We're very, very excited about this. We're looking forward to a long and fruitful partnership in all of these things. I know we're talking about other turntables in the future and a few
Yes.
other fun things. So thank you so much for taking the time this Saturday morning to spend with me. We're kind of casual about the whole thing, and we could see you are too, which is what we love. So thank you again. I'm going to hit stop here in a moment, but we appreciate your time, and we appreciate Julian, his family, all of the people involved. We surely appreciate it, and we thank you again, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity for this meeting, and I look forward to many, many more. Take
All
care.
the best to you. You can get this turntable with the $2,000 Soundsmith AIDA cartridge, one of the best cartridges in the world. And that package is $29.99. That's an amazing deal. Please give them a call, 770-667-5633. He'll be glad to tell you more about this. And again, we want to thank you for tuning in. All the best. So there you have it. That was our first video chat for the Underwood Hifi YouTube network and more. Over the next week or so, we're going to be talking to you about several new products, including USB Perfect, sensational new product, and Ground Zero, something that's an absolute must for everybody's system. Thanks again. See you next time.